All right. Thanks for coming back to the Cigar Host Podcast. As always, Mario, how you doing today, buddy?
Paisan, it's good to be back.
We have very special guests with us. You've probably seen them on TV, on Instagram, on any other type of social media. We have the guys from the Porterhouse Party, Pete and Joe.
What's going on, everybody? How we doing?
Yeah, glad to have you guys here today, man.
I'm very excited. So, for everybody that doesn't know, they literally bring the steakhouse to you. They make your party into a full-blown party and steakhouse right at your house. Bone marrow shots, porterhouse steaks, filet mignon. Guys, I'm leaving a lot of stuff out.
You're getting me pumped up.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was ready for the strobe lights to hit and meat to be.
Yeah.
I wanted meat to be flying around.
We have our crew out there. They're gonna come in with some filet right now.
Love it, baby.
Guys, come in. Come on.
Come in.
Don't be teasing us. So, first to start, I want to know how you guys even met. Did you guys grow up together? Is it, did you guys stumble upon just by business, or how did that happen?
No, we actually we played on a basketball team together, like that kind of friend put it together, mixed some group of friends. And then we also played on a touch tackle football team when I was like 17 probably. So he was a year older.
In the day.
Few years we played. I knew him. Then we kind of went our separate ways for a while. Didn't see him. And my wife and his wife are actually good friends.
Okay.
And kind of reunited us, and that's how this.
Awesome.
That's how we're sitting here now.
Yeah, let's go. Let's take a step back though. I want to hear about these back in the AAU days. So you guys played basketball together?
Yeah.
You guys throwing it down? You guys
Joey was the mid-range king.
Okay.
Like anything inside the
Yeah, I feel like you were a corner three guy.
I was a corner three guy. I'm like a slasher baseline guy.
Right.
He's like a elbow guy.
Nice.
We actually championship game. We lost that year, but
it's like white man can't jump, right? Like you guys were hustling people at the court.
Our team was good.
We had.
I feel like it's kind of like the Knicks right now.
All right, I'll be compared to the Knicks.
Right?
Let's go.
Yeah, not
Like you
too
don't
bad.
have that superstar, but we passed the ball.
That's true.
We all shared.
You got the job done.
Like a
We got
team.
the job done.
Not a superstar and role players. Like a team.
Right,
you know?
and that's what created a friendship, right? That's where it all started.
That's that old school basketball, right?
Yeah.
Where's the other three?
Oh God! Actually, one's a fireman in my battalion, so I still see him.
Okay.
Nice.
One, I don't want to get,
we don't want to touch the subject.
One's in the slammer.
Yeah.
all right.
Okay. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
But let's go real quick. You said you're a fireman.
Yeah.
So before you started the Porterhouse Party, you guys had doing different things. Obviously, you guys reunited. Like, how did this idea come along? What were you guys doing beforehand?
So we both work for the city. He's a fireman. I'm sanitation. During COVID, everything shut down. I had this little dry aging machine. I was dry aging some steak. We threw parties with friends. We would all get together. We have a big group of friends. We throw some parties. Things escalated. Went from guys' nights to, blasting music, having all the wives there, having a great time.
Yeah.
And then when it was over, Pete called me like every day for like 2 weeks about this. And like Pete's one of those guys, he's not big with the cell phone, so when he's calling, it's important.
Yeah, that's true.
He was telling me he struggles with the text at work earlier.
Yeah, I'm a little bad with technology. So.
But so that's how you guys reunited.
What's this thing right
and then basically he's like, listen, what we're doing at these parties, it's like we should try it out, roll it out, see what happens.
Right.
And
what's actually the funniest part is if you look back on some of our original parties, it's like what we do now completely changed.
You guys took it to the next level.
Yeah, but like you look back when you first started and you're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
And now you
Yeah, but you know what? It's actually nice to look back and see the growth. You know what I mean? It's and that's monumental when you look back. A lot of people, and I know it with me too, a lot of people, I'm a perfectionist. So I'm like, I got to get more done. I got to get this done. I got that. And then, my wife, she'll like humble me a little bit and be like, Joe, think about how much you got done in the day, in the week, in the month, in the year. Right. And same thing with you guys. You know what I mean? The growth has been crazy.
I think nobody's harder on ourselves and each other than us too.
Yeah.
We there's times where you would think we did one party the way we're like, bro, we have to do this. We have to try this because we want it. And
I feel like every party you're learning something new.
Yeah,
and
of course.
Always advancing and changing.
Like as much as we're cooking and bringing that entertainment, like it's a people business too. You're dealing with people.
Right.
People are drinking. People are out of their element a little bit. Like we have to kind of manage through all these people. So you learn a lot about yourself, the crew,
Right.
and kind of like every party's a different.
Now, when you guys first started, I know you said it was like more of a friend group, right? When did you land your first gig that was like a paid gig? Was it did it just fall in your lap? Was it you started promoting?
I think we made the Instagram in the end of February.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the end of March, my mother-in-law got her friends together, and I mean, we gave them like basically just, they didn't really pay, but they paid. So that was like a half one. And then about a month after that, we had our first one. It was like a mom's 65th birthday. Like 35 people. Like we got tested right off the bat.
Right.
Right. We went from we're doing it with 14. And we killed it. And everybody that raved about it. I mean, one guy was so excited. He actually got us a reservation at like an exclusive restaurant in the city. Like we become friends with these people.
Really?
But I would say a month after that mock one, we had a 35-person party, and it got real pretty fast.
Awesome.
Yeah. And I think it shows too, like when we were talking about before, is like when you love what you do, like there is that accountability to like grow and do more and want more. I think that's important. Like if you love what you do, you see that drive. Like I see with him.
Exactly.
Like, that's why I'm here. Anytime he needs me, I'm around. You know what I mean? I might show up late, but you know what I mean? It's no harm, no foul.
Mara's always late, by the way.
I personally think 2 people to run anything is the perfect number.
Right.
Like there's times you got decisions and you just need a little push from him and him from you.
Right.
I would think running a business on your own is a tough ask.
It's got to be a tough ask.
You got to have somebody, me and him.
You could get caught up in like your own mind. There's times in the middle of summer, I feel like I'm God. I come home and my wife's looking at me and she's like, "You better take out the garbage." I don't care what you did on social media before.
Right. Because like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, like even Sundays, you guys are hosting events. Like you guys are doing a lot of events now, right? You guys expanded to Florida, I think. I saw, right?
Yeah. So we expanded to Florida, and then up here, it's crazy. Like this summer, I really think it's going to be by far the most.
That's awesome.
The busiest summer we have.
And our last 2 summers were busy, so that's...
Now, what's a typical party for the people that don't know? What's a typical party? Is there a time frame? Is there a head count? Like, is there any limit, max? So the people that are watching, if they're interested in booking you guys,
We do 14-person minimum.
Okay.
And you could go up any amount you want. We've handled 200 people person parties.
Yeah.
And then as far as what was the other question? Like,
I'm saying, and time frame, like, is it like you locked in for 2 hours, or is it, just how's the service go? Because I know when I've been with you guys at a couple different things, you guys have the bacon that comes out, which is absolutely phenomenal. It's ridiculous, right? And then now the sandwiches. Geez. So it's not just steak, right? You would think it's just steak, but there's a couple appies coming out, So
some apps, some drinks, some good times.
That's it.
It's funny. It always starts like a feeling out period at the parties, and then as soon as you feed them a little something, they're like on your team.
Yeah,
then they love you.
They get a couple of drinks in them. I saw you guys doing the bone marrow shots.
Yeah.
Whose idea was that?
That was Joe. My idea to get bone marrow for the food.
Yeah.
Right.
And then he was like, "What if we poured a shot down the bone?" I'm like,
he's like, "I want to serve bone marrow with the steak." I'm like, "What if we take a shot out of it too?"
It's perfect.
And it was just like, yes, done.
Because you would think our parties started off fun, but they were the complete opposite. Actually, we just went there, we cooked the food, professional,
strictly
gave you food and left.
It's like an 8th grade prom, you're at arm's distance initially.
Yeah.
And then those lights turn off.
It probably
she gets a little weird.
The girls sat on one side of the gym, the boys on the other, and then one of your boys would be like, "I'm gonna go talk to that girl." He'd start walking and then veer off to the bathroom. Like, come on.
No, she was looking that way.
Yeah.
Now, you guys also make a sauce, or maybe I'm saying it the wrong way, with the bone marrow, correct? Like butter and bone marrow, and you guys drizzle it all over. It's fucking phenomenal as well.
When we cut up our porterhouses in front of the people, we make it interactive. We cut right in front of them.
Right.
We cut the fillet up and we cut the strip up, and that's when you'll have the option of truffle butter or bone marrow. So that's when we incorporate the flavors into the steak.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always like to feed everybody the first bite, get the reaction from everybody, throw it on social media, get to everybody to see what they thought of the steak and stuff. And then the rest we serve regularly.
Right.
But we get a lot of people, they're like, "Are you just going to feed me all night?" I'm like, "No, that's just the Instagram. Don't worry."
So now you do the bone marrow shots, like any specific type of like just straight up vodka, or they have their own stuff? How does that go?
So I believe, from what I've read, that bone marrow is complete fat.
Yeah.
So it's such a high content of fat, it actually changes the flavor of whiskey.
Really?
So it's supposed to enhance the flavor of whiskey. So at all my parties, I tell them like the story because it's interesting.
Yeah.
And but not a lot of people love whiskey.
Yeah.
So I think the main shot that ends up getting done is tequila.
Oh, okay.
Which
tequila,
is just that's your.
Well, that shit. Once tequila starts flowing, like
that's why I think our parties elevate.
That's when you start Jersey Turnpike, and that's when you're on your hands and knees. You know what I mean?
What is up with Jersey, man?
Dude,
God bless.
Yeah, Jersey, man.
I saw you.
Sorry, Staten Island, but Jersey.
We get wild, right?
Yeah.
You're like, yeah.
Miami doesn't even touch you guys yet.
Yeah, the crew is arguing like, I want the Jersey party. No, I want the Jersey party. Yeah. It's like, we're the owners. We're going to Jersey.
Yeah. So do you guys still go to events?
Most of them.
So I mean, we could, if we need to be off, we could be off. But we like to show our faces, make sure that we're working the parties. We're still in the growing phase. Like as fast as we blew up, we feel like there's so much more potential.
Right.
And we really meet some great clients and stuff, and we build a lot of relationships, networking and stuff. So. Yeah. We like to be interactive. Plus, it's a goddamn good time.
Right. I was gonna say, like, you're not. What do you mean? Like,
we don't go out as much as we used to. So it's it's I'm growing my business, and it's like almost a night out.
Yeah. Right. And you're not getting like you're having a good time, but you're not getting tuned up. Like you have to be the responsible.
No, you always have to be a gentleman and take a drink when they offer you because you don't want to say no. But you gotta be the adult there, kind of.
Absolutely.
In a sense.
You also have to have fun though.
Yeah.
Well, so a funny story about that. We had a stretch last summer where the parties were they were getting out of control, and like
they look wild online.
Yeah, it just seemed like one week to the next they were one-upping each other. Like I saw somebody do this a wig, and it got nuts.
Right.
Like we were talking like, what's gonna happen? So it just got crazy. But the guy started getting a little into the parties and drinking. And I like flipped out on everybody. I'm like, this isn't a fraternity. I'm like, and I bugged out. And I don't really get like that. I'm calm. Right. And then the next like 2 weekends of parties, they were so boring.
Yeah.
So I told everyone, all right, you can have drinks again. I can't like.
Yeah. Well, you have to. You have to still have that fine line. You know what I mean?
Right.
I understand.
You got to be responsible.
Yeah. I'm okay with you having a couple drinks, loosening up, having a good time. Make sure they're having a good time.
In the summer, we do a lot of 100-person parties and stuff. Yeah. And they just get crazy.
Oh, I'm sure.
So like. The team works hard. Yeah. They like to enjoy themselves. So now,
about the team, how many people actually go with you on your team to like one event? Is it, 10, 20, 30 people?
No. It's usually 2 to 6, maybe.
So 2 people can handle that many guests?
Well, a smaller party,
Yeah. That's impressive.
Once it hits a certain number, we might come with one other, like 3 people.
Really?
But
I feel like what we do is not made for everybody. You have to have a certain personality, a hustle to you.
That's kind of my new thing. Like the guys who work for us, like they're like a different breed.
Yeah.
So you really got to manage people, and you're talking public speaking in front of people. You're in the service, like you're doing 12 jobs in one night.
You're entertaining. Like you have to be like, because even with Joe, I've been to a couple of events. Is that like when you're there, like you can't just be antisocial. You got to. Right. Hey buddy, come over here, try a cigar. You talk to him a little bit. You get to know him. You ask him a couple questions about him. Like. You gotta have. That's how business grows.
Well, this guy, I mean, he's got the shirts on.
Oh, dude,
he's always the big smile.
The veins. He just looks like he just did curls for an hour beforehand.
Well, we're gonna get to that, right?
Yeah.
Kid posted a picture the other day. His arms were like. I'm like, yo, can you work out some of my guys? Including myself.
Yeah, no, you have to. Like, I'm in my element when I'm doing what I'm doing. Exactly. You know what I mean?
And how many people, no offense to what you do, but how many people could roll a cigar, but they're not being personable?
Right,
like you?
Right.
You're the business.
See, it's funny you said that because somebody actually asked me. They said, "What is the difference between you and hiring?" And I'm by no means am I being rude, but by hiring a 70-year-old guy from Cuba to come to my wedding. And I said, you know what? The guy might roll a fucking damn better good cigar than I do. I roll a pretty good cigar, but he might, if he's right from Cuba, probably been rolling for 50 years, right? If he's 70-something, he's not going to be as much fun. Right. He's not going to be personable. Yep. He's not going to have a good time. He's just going to sit there and roll. So what do you want? Do you want the full-blown experience? And that's what you guys bring, and that's why I think you're different.
And you're a business owner, so at the end of the day, you almost have to put a price on yourself.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
I say everybody could throw out a steak. Throw one on the table. Anyone could serve you anything.
Right.
Someone can make a good steak.
Right.
It's not going to be better than mine, number one. And number two, you're not going to be us.
That's it.
And that's what sells. It's us.
It's us.
Yeah. It's the individual.
We're giving you a product from beginning to end.
Right.
Superior. Whether you want food, entertainment, even customer service.
Yeah.
I mean,
and to circle back, that's why we both try to still go to as many events as we can.
Right.
Because people like us, They like our story. They like that we're city workers.
Yeah, the story.
Definitely.
You know.
Yeah, I just did a party. There was an executive chef from a big wedding hall. I forgot the name of it. And he's like, you need to put your story on a podcast.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm going to be on one Sunday. But
What's your story?
basically that we're city workers, you know, that we started during COVID and stuff and the whole thing. And he's like, people are relatable. It's that.
Yeah.
You know, that's something big that people want to see.
Because
they
COVID
like to
was a
support
major life event.
people that are like
Everyone
them.
remembers it.
Yeah. You know what I think
No
is
culinary
wild?
background.
You know what I think is that's what I was gonna get to. You know what I think is wild? Mary, you probably don't even know this. They don't have a culinary background, right?
Okay.
They take over fucking restaurants. Touche to you guys.
Yeah.
Right.
That just
Right.
goes to like honestly.
I remember showing up. I'm like, I'm asking him.
Oh,
I'm like, they're gonna let us use their kitchen?
That's
like, no chef in their right mind is giving up their kitchen.
Right. I would.
They
Yeah.
cleared out the entire kitchen. These guys were operating in the corner, and me and him were like
They're
calling
in
the
the bathroom
shots.
stall
Put
flipping
a
burgers.
feather in your hat, sir.
I don't know.
Right? Like
I don't know if you feel this way as a business owner, but I feel like we have literally had obstacle after obstacle that we had to overcome on the fly, and like we've delivered nearly every time.
Yeah.
And like, you know, you got to take chances, and sometimes you get put in different situations than you expect. But like, we've pulled off some crazy things that like we probably should have said no to.
Right.
To be honest.
Yeah.
You know?
First time we cooked in a restaurant, I get a call the day before. Cook for the New York Giants offense, the entire team, the whole offense,
How was
including
it?
practice players. I'm like, all right, whose house are we going to? They don't want to do it at a house. They want to do it at a restaurant. I'm like, buddy, no one's going to let me cook in their restaurant.
Right. Yeah.
10 minutes later, I get a list of steakhouses, restaurants. I'm like, I see Lefke's on the board. I'm like, I want to cook there. That's my vibe. And
So that's how you guys got in there.
and that's the first time we cooked at Lefty's. We did a great job.
Well,
Georgia,
technically,
the
we-
owner, loved us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we do parties on Thursdays here and there. You know, Porterhouse Parties, ticketed events.
Was
Yeah.
that like your first like? So you guys talk about like how the how the videos looked before, like how you guys have grown. Like, do you feel like that was like your first step, like to like okay, like we're really doing something good here?
No, the first step was the Housewives of New Jersey.
Yeah.
Housewives of New
Yeah.
because he was on there too. So you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you guys, I feel like you guys have a very similar.
And
Yeah.
we got the
Ah.
Housewives when we were so new.
So
Right.
funny story, we literally had a tablecloth delivered the day of the party we did the Housewives.
That was the
Wow.
first
Amazon
time I got
package?
a
We were
nice
doing parties on a
tablecloth.
bare white table.
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
were so new.
Right.
Things happen for a
And
reason.
then we went there, we would, you know, on camera, we rocked it, they loved it, and now we do private parties for them multiple times.
Yeah. they're
which is
great.
awesome.
And they're so supportive, they're great people.
Right. Yeah, because I remember him. I feel like that was like I remember Joe back in the same thing, like in that 2020 time when like you couldn't really do much, you know, with his background as well. He was like he's always been doing this type of, you know, rolling cigars and watching them grow. And it's like I feel like it was the same thing. He went to the Jersey Housewives. We didn't get the Giants yet. We got to get the Giants. I don't know. We'll do a nice cigar event with them.
Yeah, we
but
could do that.
listen, I'm a Giants fan. They
Yeah.
oh my god, they kill me inside a little bit, but that's nor here nor there. You guys are probably Jets guys.
No,
No,
we're
I'm
actually
Giants
Giant
fan.
fans.
Okay,
Huge
okay.
Giants fan.
We,
it was such an accomplishment.
Yeah.
But like he called me the next day. He's like, "Did you enjoy any of that?" I was like, "I didn't have time to enjoy
Yeah.
it."
Right.
That
I'm
night
like,
was
we pulled something big off.
Right.
I think it hit me 3 days later.
Yeah.
I called him and I was like, "Yo, we just served the New York Giants." Like,
And they're like normal people, though. You know what I mean?
yeah,
like,
they
they're
were
normal
doing
so
their
guys.
thing.
normal.
They
Yeah.
were doing
Yeah.
their thing.
Just
There's
big.
no Deion Sanders on that team or anyone flashy.
Right,
you
right.
know?
OBJ.
Saquon's like
I was an OBJ guy, but
Yeah, for a little bit until he started kissing the net. You know
Yes.
what I mean?
Saquon was their biggest star, and he's a down to earth guy.
yeah,
He's a
Saquon's
good
chill.
guy.
It's cool.
I don't want to talk about him right now. I mean, leaving.
Yeah.
Eagles.
You're gonna
come
go
on,
to a
bro.
rival? Go anywhere else. Go San Diego. I don't care. Go somewhere warm.
I'm sorry.
You don't
I
wanna-
gotta
listen,
cut.
And another note, if you don't want to pay the guy,
I get
Right.
it.
it's like, all right,
That's-
buddy. You
that's
don't
what I was
think I'm
gonna say.
good? I'll see you next door.
I know.
You
I
gotta
know.
take that opportunity
Yeah.
when it comes.
Money's
No,
money.
You gotta respect it.
You
Oh
gotta-
yeah,
you
right.
Money's money, man.
Yeah.
You better put
I'm
up.
I'm a pretty avid sports fan, but I don't like people who like shit on guys for taking money.
Yeah.
Right, you got to respect it. It's like the live guys.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
they're gonna
yeah.
get $80 million,
And they get to wear
sign me up.
shorts.
Yes, right.
Who's not taking
and listen
that?
to music? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's funny with the restaurants because I just had a steakhouse owner call us, and they want to do a porterhouse party there, and I'm like, what is going on?
Is that a local steakhouse? I'm not
Local
looking for the name.
steakhouse.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
local
Yeah.
steakhouse.
So that's
Nice,
the crazy
nice.
part. Not only have we taken over restaurants, but like we've taken over restaurants that have steaks and chops on their menu.
Right.
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 Like
right.
that's
That's what I was saying,
Yeah.
and that's what's so impressive. I think.
yeah.
So I have a question. So okay, so What is the
Restaurant's not
difference?
coming anytime soon.
Different.
So like you guys, I saw that you guys dry age your own steaks. Like, was it your idea? Okay, so are you guys butchers? You guys
No.
like butcher your own meat? Like,
It was COVID. I was working like 12-hour shifts, and I'm like, I need a fucking hobby.
right?
I do nothing but work right now. You can't go out. You can't do anything. I bought a little mini fridge. We started dry aging steak, and we would chop it up and do guys' nights.
Yeah.
And it was just like by chance, like tweak this, tweak that, and then
And you perfected
eventually it was like the perfect steak.
I actually
And we haven't changed the steak since we opened the
No.
business.
You know, that's exactly my story with cigars.
Really?
Exactly, to a T. COVID happened. I was bodybuilding, couldn't go to the gym anymore. Needed a hobby. Sat in my garage, watched YouTube videos, started rolling, perfected it, and
Oh,
boom.
good for you.
So isn't that fun? Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
So
It's crazy to think that some people really bettered themselves during COVID, and some people
Yes.
just
Yeah.
Took a step back
Yeah.
in life.
Like
Yeah, right.
we've met so many business owners since we've started that are in like similar spaces as
Yeah.
us. It seems
Yeah.
like everybody's killing it, which is
Yeah.
awesome.
you turn a bad situation to a good one. You got to try
Yeah.
to make the best of it.
You know what? You find something that you love to do that you would have
Yeah.
never done when you're in that regiment of working the 9 to 5.
Right.
You know.
That kills you over time. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like that lifestyle. So it definitely, yeah.
So now you dry age, right? Not wet age. Dry age.
Yeah, we dry
Okay.
age.
So now what is the length of dry aging? I'm not too
Is there
familiar with
things
that.
you
It's
can
like,
tell us, or do we? Is there like
Yeah,
hidden
it's a-
secrets?
is it proprietary?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Standard,
never tell you the
standard
secrets,
steak.
huh?
Yeah, so
right.
standard steak in a steakhouse is usually 14 to 28 day dry aged.
Okay.
Really?
And
Okay.
then if you specifically order like 30 or 30 plus, they'll have less options, but they'll have it.
Right.
And as it ages, it just gets a different texture and
Right.
flavor.
Gotcha.
So we found, which I won't tell you, the day that we think is perfect, and that's how we do that.
right.
awesome.
So that's like your secret sauce, Michael's secret stuff. You know what I mean? Like
the way we cook our steak, nobody's doing it. And watch our videos; it's literally that perfect pink, and like the whole steak is pink.
right.
You know, you go to a steakhouse, you got gray, purple, gray, and everyone's like, "This is the best steak I ever had." There shouldn't be gray. There's
Right.
no need for gray.
If you're ordering your steak well done, get out.
Yeah. It's
I hate that.
So
Are you
we
a hockey puck
We do
guy?
an introduction of the food. We tell
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
what's going to happen tonight, just because some people don't know what we're doing, and they're like, "What are these guys taking so long to put out food?" So we do the introduction. My biggest joke was, you know, I tell them about the steak, and then I'll be like, "If you like it anything other than medium rare, Outback's down the block."
That's great.
You got a
Then,
blooming onion.
then you always
know?
get the people in the back like, "Woo!"
Yeah, it really hurts me to serve an expensive
Yeah.
steak like that.
Yeah, but
Absolutely.
how many people have we converted to medium rare?
So many.
Yeah.
We've converted vegetarians.
In a
We've had
steak
people
business,
try steak
it's
for the
big.
first time in 20 years.
Yeah.
we
Just
did that.
because, you know, I guess they get a little tipsy. Everyone's going nuts over it.
So
It's
those
delicious.
those reactions you see on the Instagram of people eating the fillet and like rolling their eyes, those are real.
Bro, I've seen people like on their hands and knees crawling to you guys for meat.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I
I was going to post that video recently.
You found
Just
it?
be like, everybody remember? Yeah,
Yeah.
I got that.
Honestly, the one thing I saw in all the videos though was like the knife, bro. I see like guys and girls like biting onto that knife. I'd be the one
Yeah.
guy. I'd be like, bro, like nah, give me like a fork or something. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Let's.
Yeah, I get on.
So we do the
What's your insurance
skewers.
policy?
But- I love doing it on the knife. I don't know.
Oh,
Well, no, because it adds that touch.
So
It's nice.
the last
Yeah.
video
I like it.
the last video we posted of a knife bite, you could literally hear me in the background go, "Oh my god!" 'Cause
Yeah.
the girl was a little drunk and she went up the knife and then like pulled, and I was like, "No!" She didn't get hurt.
right,
No problems.
right. Yeah,
but,
yeah, yeah. Well, she was back in an alley.
Those bone marrow shots, they hit. Like
Oh,
a lot
right.
more alcohol goes down than
Yeah.
people think. So you do one or two
Even
of
the
those.
baby
you're-
shots are big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's a baby shot?
We say it's a baby shot.
Oh,
it's
baby
probably that's probably a full shot of baby shot. But normally the bone marrow shot's three
my
shots.
Yeah, it's a
I think.
pour.
And the new
It's
thing is
boring.
people are trying to go like distance.
Oh, all right.
We had a guy go
Yeah.
18 seconds.
Oh God.
We had a couple people like now people are trying to get up there.
That's not like a keg stand. Like a keg stand,
Ah.
you
that
do like
guy Frank, he did 2 30-second shots.
That guy was a maniac. He
Yeah,
was like a
that-
He drank half the
65-year-old guy
bottle
from
in
Brooklyn.
one sip.
probably ended up in his
Yeah.
underwear.
65-year-old guy
He's
from
gonna be
Brooklyn.
watching this stuff.
He's like, yeah, bro, I did private sanitation. I'm like, come on, you're 60. Drank for 30 seconds, walked like away, came back. He's like, hit me again, did another 30. I'm like, this guy's gonna have to get
2 hours later, you see Frankie on the news.
Ended up in New Jersey somewhere. you know?
Jersey, man.
Oh wow. So what's the wildest thing you've ever had happen at a party? Maybe not you guys.
We were just talking about this on the way here, our top parties.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Yeah. So I told him I had 2 in Wayne that jump out. It was probably the girls crawling on the floor, just because that was like the first wild party that we did. Everybody came in, they came dressed up like they're having a night out. And I felt like that set the tone for the winter. Because everyone was wondering that first winter, are they going to be open? What are they going to do and stuff? And that really was a game changer. The other party was in Wayne also. Wayne is a crazy place.
Wayne, New Jersey.
Something's in the water in Wayne.
Yeah, it's a little...
Wow.
This guy takes every Wayne.
Wait till you start going down to Jersey Shore.
I'm grandfathered in. Wayne.
You're in Wayne?
Yeah, always.
Wait till you start doing stuff down on the Jersey Shore, man. That's
those parties.
Belmar.
No, they're already down there.
You guys are in Belmar?
Yeah, last summer we were in Brick and Tom's River every weekend.
Yeah. Then I think my third, I think it was Danielle Cabral's party.
Okay, yeah.
Danielle's
Probably
fun.
Nate's birthday was one of the funnest parties.
Big Nate.
That was a lot of fun, that party. I had a great time.
Now you're good friends with Danielle, right?
Yeah. So
we became friendly with Nate and Danielle.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. Great relationships, right? Networking, and that's what I have a buddy of mine here. He owns a Why Not You Media, and Tony Peck. I think you guys might even know him. But And his go-to line is your net worth is your net worth. Yep. And I have bought into that. And just networking and helping other people out, and you just grow. You know what I mean?
As I'm running my parties, I'm booking 1 or 2 more parties.
Really?
You know, I give somebody the filet bite, and they're like, "This steak is amazing," and I'm like, so that's me and him going there is like our network. Right now.
So you guys are more. You let your team kind of do the cooking, right? Are you guys manning the grills?
I mean, these guys run their own parties,
right?
Just like us. At the same time that we're running parties.
Right.
So depending on the vibe of the party, we do vibe checks and stuff.
Yeah.
We send certain crews to certain parties for reasons.
Okay. Right.
If things are going to get a little rowdy at one,
you team people up for certain reasons and stuff. Right. But like you said, the networking is huge. I mean, you just meet a lot of these people. You happen to start around the same time. Yeah. Danielle started getting big around the same time. And good people just, attract good people.
Grow together. You could grow together. You don't have to. It doesn't have to be competition.
Not at all.
Yeah. Right.
Not
at all. It starts with you two, and then
you support each other. You put each other up.
Yeah. We get people reach out to us 3-4 a day. Gift cards, fundraisers. We try to give to everyone.
Right. Yeah. Well, because even him, I think it's tough. Now that you started to book more parties in the beginning, you guys were going to everything. You guys would be there. You would see everything. You would be a part of those events. But then, after a while, you're booking so much, you need to find the right people.
Well, you can't be at 7 places at one time.
Right.
It's like we always say, if we can clone each other, oh my god.
Yeah.
Our guys who work for us are great.
Right.
But,
and I think the same thing for him. He's got great guys that work for him. I think it helps.
Yeah.
They have to believe in your idea and your business for you guys to really take that next step.
That's where you really succeed. Right. Is that they believe in the brand. They 100%. Go out, they're like, this is the best thing I can do on a Friday night, on a Saturday night. No one's sitting there going, I can't wait to leave to go out.
Right. Why am I
This
here?
is their
They're
night
having
out.
a blast. Yeah.
They know it's going to be fun.
And they get paid for it. So why not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And it's the same thing. It's like, you work in those events, you're partying, you're having a good time. It's like, you have to enjoy the product.
Yeah.
You have to enjoy it.
My new thing now is I tell him if I didn't own it, I would work for the company.
Yeah.
And I, for the life of me, don't understand how guys are not begging me for a job. I don't
Once
get
a week,
Some
we
people,
get
these guys
girls
are
messaging us to work, but not guys.
No,
guys?
We've had 15
guys.
girls in the last 2 months reach out about jobs. I can't get one guy.
And you have girls go to
shout it out. Yeah.
Come on. Let's go, boys.
Put it on Indeed or something.
You guys like steak and fun? Let's go.
So honestly, guys,
can I set up a better picture for you?
Yeah, come on. Just watch our videos.
Let them know where they can actually contact you guys. So if you guys want to reach out to them, listen up.
Porterhouse Party on Instagram. Also our website, porterhousepartyny.com. We answer everything ourselves. You're going to get one of us. But our phone numbers are out there. Give us a call. DM us, and we'll get you hired if you're the right guy.
No late night calls. You know what I mean?
Yeah, keep it before.
No eggplant emojis.
Booty calls and everything.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. Now, did you guys always see something... the road of being an entrepreneur, or do you really think that it was just the right time? I always looked at myself as an entrepreneur, right?
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to go into law enforcement, have a career, but in the back of my mind, I was always an entrepreneur. Did you guys always see that, or was it something that kind of just fell and you ran with it?
I would say he probably more than me. I don't think I ever really thought that way, felt that way, but when I got a hold of everything, and then like, you know, I made this logo in like 2 days, and I actually think this logo
really
is fun.
yeah, I like
you
it.
know what
Yeah,
I mean?
It's great.
And then we came up with the name, and like everything was just like, I'm like,
Falling
this is
into
almost
place.
like too good to be true.
Yeah.
And like he said, I was calling him every day, like, let's just try it. And he's like, I don't know. And then we did it, and you know, you don't sometimes think you're gonna get like
Right.
like how many people have you met have done things that you never expected to do?
Yeah. Oh no.
So that holds people back from starting.
Yeah.
But
You know,
And you second guess yourself too. That's the
And-
problem.
and then you get big, and then you know people misunderstand that as like a cockiness, but when you put in that work, like
Right.
it's not easy. I worked Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 2 jobs. Now I'm here Sunday night. Like
Yeah.
I was in my house probably like 45 minutes
Right.
total. You know, in the
Tomorrow-
afternoon, night.
tomorrow we
for
have
3
a huge,
days.
Yeah, tomorrow we have a huge meeting with our vendor for meat.
Right.
Yeah.
So like people, like the biggest thing for me that annoys me a little bit, everyone thinks like we're just at the party having a great time,
Right.
but like
You're working.
it takes me 2
That's a
hours
lot
to
of
pack
work.
my truck and go through everything that I need. My day on Saturday starts at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
You know, so it's but
Right.
if you want to be successful, you
Yeah.
work hard.
You put in the work, it'll pay off.
You know, some people think we just he's pouring a shot.
You just
Yeah.
show up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like,
so
oh, I
it's-
got this, I did that, right?
And again, going back, a lot of people say, you know, you're going to work 10 times harder for your own business than you will working for somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you love what you do, and therefore that's when overnight success takes years, is what they usually say, right? So it's
what's happening in the background, right?
Yeah.
No one sees what's happening.
Nobody
in
sees
the
what's
background.
behind the curtain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Listen.
booking the party and showing up and doing everything right. You know
And
what
we're
I mean?
not naive, you know.
I'm in my garage half the day going through inventory
Yeah.
and everything. It's crazy.
Now I have a question. Where the hell do you guys store that much meat? Do you guys have like
secret location.
No,
Right.
It's in a bunker.
Yeah, those sound safe though. Don't worry.
like, no, honestly
So
though, did
I
you
think
guys
we
have
got to build one of these.
Yeah.
Who's your contractor? You did it.
Yeah,
yourself.
you
Yeah,
Listen,
you're
I know a
looking
guy,
at
I
him.
know a
You're
guy.
looking at him.
Yeah, all right.
I feel safe in here.
Yeah.
I like it.
You make it a little chilled in here. You get some meats in there hanging. Is it like a butcher's block you guys have?
No, no. So what we do is we have a distributor,
Okay.
and we set up basically. Now we're probably taking up almost the whole room with summer coming up.
Jesus.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Good
It's a
for you
beautiful
guys.
problem. It's a beautiful problem to have.
yeah. So
Yeah.
Now when you transport, do you have to have like a refrigerated truck? Or you're not like there's no need for that right now?
a lot
No,
of these
okay.
questions.
Yeah, you know what?
No, I'm just,
hold on,
I'm just curious.
I'm trying to start the-
my lawyer.
Yeah.
I plead the fifth. No, I'm just trying to learn a little. Like a lot goes into
Yes,
it.
tell me more.
A lot goes into
Wait,
meat,
what's
right?
that course that we took? That food safety course?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bobby,
Yes.
Really?
the goat.
Yeah.
What, you had to get certified with something?
Yeah, we had to
Yeah,
get
you have to get
permits,
certifications. There's certain
licenses.
things.
Really?
Yeah.
See,
When
that's
you
something that
have-
most people would
yeah,
not
when
even
you
Yeah,
have
right.
food, you have to travel with it at a certain temperature.
Right.
Yeah.
The way you transport it, everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
storage,
So
everything.
there's a
handling.
long list.
Yeah, it's
And
crazy.
they actually check it because I had somebody
Stop by.
contact.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
They check.
listen, you guys are doing the right thing. So
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, real quick before we kind of wrap it up, I think, is there anything that you want to let people know about booking parties, how they can get in touch with you? I know we kind of touched upon that, or anything else that you kind of want to share with everybody.
All right, guys. If you want to book in the summer, I'm telling you,
Call now.
call now. I said it last year. I said by Memorial Day, I want the whole summer booked up.
Yeah.
And we're at the point where I think it's going to happen this year, probably by like May 1st.
Now, when you say booked up,
Right.
Booked up like.
can you handle more than one party a day
Yes.
or a night?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So we'll run 4 out.
Wow.
A
Nice.
night. Saturdays, our money nights. So Saturdays are almost off the table. But we're sick. We try to squeeze you in. If you're in the same town, we'll do your pool party. Then we'll do somebody else at night.
Yeah.
So we always try to make room. But this summer is just looking insane. God bless.
Yeah.
That's
we
a good
put in
goal
the
to
work,
have.
and
Yeah.
we're always trying to think like, what more can we do? What more can we do?
we've added.
I just did a party. Lady called me yesterday. I was on the way to Long Island. She's like, "Hey, I'm in upstate New York." She booked 3 times already. She's like, "Can you do tomorrow?" So now I'm in the car. I'm like, "Pete, you got the food? Like, let's." We set this whole thing up for her. We went out there. It was a 4th time booking, and like we're thinking like, all right, now it's going to be a 5th time booking. in the summer? What are we gonna do to make it different from her? What can I roll out to make it like a newer version of a new experience?
Yeah.
Because I feel like as fast as you blow up, you can sink. Let's be
Right,
real.
right.
It's New York. People's minds change like that. You got to stay up. You
Stay
got
fresh.
to evolve.
You got to stay fresh.
Yeah, you got to stay fresh.
Yeah.
What's your next step to evolve?
That's the hardest part.
That's the
honestly.
hardest part.
It's just keeping up,
Stage
right? Like
2 is tough.
Stage
Yeah.
2.
We with you know
We've tried
throwing
some
things
things
against the wall, see
We've
what
done some
sticks.
things. I think we'll know a lot more by the end of the year, to be honest.
Yeah.
you gotta try them, right? You gotta
Yeah.
test them. It's the theories, you know what I mean? You don't know what's gonna hit or not gonna hit, but
If you have a no, like I'm not going to take no mindset, it really gets you a lot further than people who just, all right, I'll try
Yeah.
it.
what's the worst that happens? It's nothing crazy. You know, it's gonna be a little wild, but you're having a good time. It's never gonna be like, you see what those guys did last night? You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
besides the two 30-second shots, you know what I mean? That guy.
Yeah.
I
know,
say yes to everything.
That's
If
the
the door
hard part.
opens,
Yeah.
Keeping the social media clean.
But
too.
do you feel like
Have to.
do you feel
It's
like
hard.
as a business owner, like does it annoy you a little bit when so many people reach out to you for favors and freebies?
yeah. So
Right? Like
yeah, I'm a huge charity guy. I just actually had this conversation. I love doing charities.
Yeah.
Last year, I want to say we did 20 something charities, maybe 30. I don't even know. This year, same thing. And it's not just me always going to an event, but it's donating. It's trying to, and I don't ask for anything in return, right? But then some people just, it almost feels like they don't understand. When you're a small business,
Yeah.
there's only so much I can give with literally going out of business.
This year we went crazy giving.
Yeah.
And I'm
nuts.
like,
Yeah.
You see it on your sheets later on.
It's like
Yeah.
busy time for us.
it almost feels like you do it, and then it feels like you're catching up for 2 months. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
But I think when you first start out, you have to kind of do those things
You
to
have.
build
Yeah.
those fourth or fifth time comebacks, right?
Yeah.
You do.
As many
But-
freebie collabs we've done that didn't get us much, we've done that. You know, we had 15 calls the next day.
Right.
So it's like you book 1-2 parties off of that.
So yeah, it's like downhill revenue. It's revenue you don't see right away, and it's tough because you guys are young in it. And I think in time, that begins to change because now you guys are a hot commodity. You still can help,
Yeah.
but it's not the same, right? It's got to be a structure and a system.
It's almost like modern day marketing, honestly.
Yeah.
Because when you do an event like
Yeah.
that, even if it's charity, you're making content. Then so you're paying,
Right.
you're donating, but then you're creating content out of
Exactly.
it. So it's
But if
good
you had
karma.
to have somebody come film you, you're paying the same amount anyway.
true.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, true. Yeah.
Media people.
We actually did a charity for Christmas. People's like, I want to do something for
Yeah. Oh,
So I was like, listen, I always wanted to do something for kids. So we did something for kids with the Grace Foundation, like kids with autism and stuff.
Yeah.
And
We threw them a party.
we gave them a Porterhouse Party.
That's awesome.
And I guess that good karma kind of rolled in because then they put it on Staten Island Live. They put it on the Advents in the paper and stuff. And we were like, we didn't even attend for this. We didn't even mean for this to happen.
You didn't even ask for the
like,
publicity.
people
Right.
are gonna look at it and say, "Oh, they did it for the
No.
for the ad or whatever," but we didn't do it for that.
Right. You're good guys. That's what it
was
comes
just
down
good
to.
karma.
Yeah.
But people, you're right, good karma. People see
Yeah.
that. You can tell the people who do it for the right reason and the wrong reason.
Right.
You guys seem like guys who are doing this for the right reason. You care. You want to give back.
And
Like
do you remember my speech from the event that we had together?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
My speech to open up was, we invited all social media influencers in the area,
Right.
big followings. And my opening speech was, everybody here has a platform, and you should use it to help other people in your area and to use it for like a good cause.
definitely.
Like some people get to, and then they forget how, and they like shun people away.
Yeah.
I mean, I love like when new people reach
Yeah.
out. Sometimes I'll help you out if something opens. Like if I'm doing something cool and you think it's beneficial to you, I'll call you when I'm doing it. Like, I'll give it a shot.
Joe has networked businesses together through us. Like
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, like I feel like that's happened to us so many times when we were the new kids on the block.
Yeah. And all Joe says is stay in your lane.
Right.
You
right.
try to come into our lane, then we'll play different. But
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
gotta
it.
get a little tough.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. Like we said it before. There's no reason to have to compete. This world is so abundant.
Exactly.
But if we, and I said this the other day, I just had a meeting with my buddy yesterday where we were talking. I said, if we all just keep building relationships, networking together, and keep boosting everybody up. Like I think I sent you guys a couple parties. I don't know if they landed, but right?
Yeah, you did.
I'm just keep feeding the machine. Keep feeding,
Right.
and we're all going to be successful. And I love seeing the success stories. I love seeing the growth.
Sometimes you
It's-
don't even know what happens, but
No,
you
but-
know, I'll find out sometimes 2 months after the person will rebook and they'll be like, I'll be like, what was the first time you booked for? And they're like, oh, Joe, whatever, from here or there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like you said, it's networking.
That's it. But, all right. So I think we're going to wrap it up a little bit. Real quick, I like to ask our guests one question. So you guys can take turns to answer this. But the way I like to end it is, obviously, we are the Cigar Host Podcast. Yeah. The whole idea behind a cigar to me is this world is so fast-paced. Nobody slows down anymore. To stop and just relax.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
If you can slow down. What?
Is that your sales pitch?
Yeah, a little bit.
Sick.
So if you
Wolf
can,
of Wall Street style.
If you can slow down and have a cigar, even if you don't want to smoke it, if you can just have that time to sit down with one person, whether they're here now, from the past, anything, who would that be and why?
Man, that's deep.
Yeah. You see a little deep in here, yeah.
You got to end it with a deep one, you know what I mean?
No tears, though. I don't want to be tired. I know. Dabbing tears at the end.
My first thought was like, where am I going with this?
I'll make it easy. My wife and kids. Yeah. We're on the run, man.
Yeah.
I'm on the run. I haven't seen them in 4 days.
Yeah.
Like, even on the way home today, I was like,
right.
They had a nice day in the city and stuff. You missed that. I'm a girl dad, so they got me.
Yeah.
I just did a party. The little girls came up to me. They're like, "Can we have your stickers?" I was like, "Take all the rolls." Right. I was like, "It's all yours."
Well, that's where the giving gets in. That's where you guys lose all that meat and bread. Yeah.
I got a soft spot.
That's a great answer, though. I love that because I honestly, I can relate. I'm constantly working around the clock, and I can relate.
Yeah.
So
I would say my answer is probably I'm gonna sound like a total fucking psycho. I think.
Okay. Jeffrey Dahmer.
No. We've met so many people who are, I guess, considered celebrities. And at the end of the day, they're just regular people. And I don't think they like when you see them and you just bring up everything about how you know them.
Right.
So, at the end of the day, I don't really think there's somebody that I would be dying to do that with.
Right.
I just feel like they're all normal people at the end of the day.
Yep.
And Joe said, between my regular job and then doing this and all the other stuff, I would just like to... my daughter's 14 months. She's the love of my life,
Congratulations. Well,
awesome.
delayed congratulations. I'm 14 months late, but...
No, I have 3 boys.
Oh, good for you. Men make men.
Yeah. Yeah.
But a real man makes a woman.
Yeah. Here we go.
There it is.
That's awesome.
Oh, shit. Well, thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys coming on. I know you guys obviously traveled a little bit to get here. But guys, remember, you guys can always follow us at the Cigar Host. Obviously, the Porterhouse Party. Make sure you check them out on TikTok, on Instagram, Facebook, the whole 9. You want to pick up any of my cigars, the hand-rolled, you have the Connecticut and Maduro, go to thecigarhost.com, and please remember to subscribe to the YouTube, follow on TikTok. Matty Uch, you got any last words?
Till next time.
Men, any last words?
All May 9th at Lefke's, baby, part 3. We rock that place out. It's a good time.
That's it. Porterhouse Party on Instagram. Look us up. You'll be interested.
That's it. Thanks for tuning in, guys.